Imagine you're on the 71st floor of a skyscraper. The view outside is incredible. Tiny cars, endless city, clouds floating below. Suddenly, boom! The entire building shakes violently. Ceiling tiles fall. Papers scatter through the air. People scream and rush for the stairwell. Now, imagine you're blind. You can't see the smoke. You can't see the flames. You can't see the people running past you. All you can do is listen to the chaos and hold on to the one thing you trust most, your guide dog. Believe it or not, on September 11th, 2001, two guide dogs, Salty and Roselle, bravely led their owners down dozens of flights of stairs, out of the World Trade Center towers, and into history. Welcome to Believe It or Not, the show where weird is real and the truth is stranger than fiction. I'm your host, Bryan. Today's story is about two heroes who didn't wear capes. They wore harnesses. Meet Salty and Roselle, two Labrador guide dogs who saved their blind owners during one of the darkest days in history. It was 8:46 a.m. when the first plane struck the North Tower of the World Trade Center. Inside the 71st floor was Omar Rivera, a blind computer technician with his guide dog Salty, a yellow Labrador. The building shuddered so violently that Omar thought it might collapse. Smoke filled the hallways. People yelled, "Run! Get out!" Some co-workers shouted at Omar, "Leave the dog! Come on!" But Omar refused. "He's my eyes. We stay together." And so, Salty went to work. Harness on, tail down, ears alert. He guided Omar toward the crowded stairwell. Step after step, they joined the slow-moving stream of panicked office workers. Meanwhile, in the South Tower, another man, Michael Hingson, was also at work. Michael was blind too, and by his side was Roselle, a calm yellow Labrador retriever. When the second plane hit Michael's tower at 9:03, the building rocked like a ship in a storm. Lights flickered, dust rained down. But Roselle? She didn't flinch. She stood steady, waiting for Michael's command. Michael held her harness tight. "Forward," he whispered, and Roselle led him, and about 30 other people who followed behind her, into the stairwell. Now, here's where it gets really amazing. There were 1,463 steps between Michael's office and the street below. Imagine walking down step after step after step. While alarms blared, the building swayed, fireworkers rushed past going up, and the smell of jet fuel burned your nose. People were crying, coughing, and pushing. But Roselle never panicked. She kept Michael moving one stair at a time. Salty faced the same situation, over 70 floors down. The stairs were jam-packed. Some people tried to rush past, but Salty held his ground, creating space so Omar could keep going safely. At one point, the stairwell grew so hot from the fires that Omar thought he might collapse. But Salty nudged him onward, refusing to stop. Finally, after nearly an hour of climbing down, both Salty and Roselle reached the bottom floors with their owners. They emerged into chaos, broken glass, smoke, sirens, ash in the air. And yet, both dogs guided their humans through the streets away from danger. Just minutes later, the towers collapsed. Because of their courage and training, Salty and Roselle saved their owners' lives and inspired the entire world. Now, here are a few interesting facts about our story. Did you know guide dogs usually start training when they're about a year old? They learn to ignore distractions like cars, food, and loud noises. That's why Roselle could stay calm even in a skyscraper filled with smoke and panic. Labrador Retrievers are the most common guide dogs because they're smart, gentle, and love to work. Also, there are about 10,000 guide dogs working in the US today, helping people live independently. And here's something incredible. Guide dogs are trained to make their own decisions. If their owner gives a command that could be dangerous, like stepping into traffic, the dog can refuse to obey. It's called intelligent disobedience, and it saves lives. But sometimes I think my own children have a little bit of this intelligent disobedience as well. Now it's your turn to think about it. Would you trust a dog to lead you through smoke, fire, and fear? How did these two dogs stay so calm when everyone else was panicking? And here's another thing to think about. Guide dogs are trained for years to ignore distractions, no matter how loud or scary. But to me, this wasn't just about training. This was about loyalty. Salty and Roselle didn't leave their owners. They stayed until the very end. And maybe bravery isn't about charging into battle or shouting the loudest. Maybe it's about staying steady when others fall apart. Maybe it's about taking small steps forward, even when everything feels impossible. Salty and Roselle remind us that heroes don't always stand on two legs. Sometimes they walk on four, with wagging tails. That's it for today's powerful episode of Believe It or Not, the story of Salty and Roselle, two guide dogs who became heroes on 9/11. Next time on Believe It or Not, we're traveling to Tanzania, where there's a lake so deadly that animals who fall into it turn into something that looks like stone statues. It's called Lake Natron, and it might just be the strangest lake on Earth. Until then, keep wondering, keep learning, and remember, sometimes the truth is weirder than fiction.